we are independent of one another, but we found each other because we have discovered, I'm 42, you're 26 now, and he's a different generation than I am, but we both, from different sides of the country, came to the same conclusion independently before we even knew each other, is that the mainstream media is not going to correct itself on its own, and the American narrative has been hijacked by the hard left, and we're going to have to do it from scratch with what limited resources that we have. And it's not just about trying to find finances, of which we have very little between the two of us. My goal would be to create a Fox News that's not fair and balanced, that doesn't even attempt to try. The rest of the mainstream media is left of center, so why not create a conservative news network that's about a hardcore investigation into what's going on out there in our government? But it's not, right now we don't have those resources. Right now all the resources go to politics, period. That's just how the Republican Party thinks, that's just how conservatives think, and I think it's a tragedy because narrative and media is everything. But in the meantime, something wonderful has happened. And if the mainstream media didn't exist in its political mindset, from a purely self-preservation standpoint, independent of politics at all, they cannot report on this amazing citizen journalism revolution, which is parallel to the technological revolution, where James O'Keefe can take down Acorn with $2,000 with video cameras that would have cost $100,000 or $200,000 10 years ago in a media environment distributed on an internet that didn't have the ability to play video 10 years ago. We are in the midst of an amazing media revolution that allows for everyone in this room to be a journalist. And so your questions to us afterwards should not be, can you investigate our big Granite State story that we want to make national? It's like, no, it's in your lap. The opportunity is there for you to use your creativity and your limited budget in order to have the effect that James O'Keefe had. If you need distribution, find me. But you have the ability to go after the local Acorn, the local SEIU, the local corrupt politician. If there's a Solyndra in your neighborhood, report on it, okay? Because now the media is pointing out what's going on, but people in Fremont, California knew that this was going on 2 years ago, and had they gone out there with a bullhorn and done basic journalism, which you can do on your side, if people in New Hampshire can be legislators for $100 a year or so and do it as a side gig, why not become a journalist as your side gig? And the best bloggers I know don't, the best journalists I know have day jobs that aren't journalism. So come on in, the water's warm.
I'll just end it with this, I guess. People in your heads right now, I've done a couple of these, so I know what everyone's questions and thoughts are. It's about, A, James, what are you going to do next? What's next? What's your next thing? What are you going to do to take down Solyndra? What are you going to do to investigate this? And the second thing would be, you need to do more, James. And it's like, I'm exasperated by this. They expect a 26-year-old with no money to do everyone's job. They expect a 20-year-old girl, Hannah, to do everyone's job. What are you going to do? And I've learned that tactics means doing what you can with what you have. In other words, I could have spent years trying to convince people and raise money to do that investigation. Instead, I borrowed my grandmother's chinchilla coat, literally. I got a camcorder for Christmas. I used that camcorder. And I borrowed my sister's car. I literally had nothing, and I did something. But people, you definitely have things. You definitely, at least you make a living, and at least you have enough money to support yourself. I didn't even have that. And it's remarkable is when I get questions from Howard Kurtz at CNN, well, James, what are you going to do to investigate Wall Street? I want to scream in the TV, what are you going to do to investigate Wall Street? Why are you demanding I do your job for you with no money? It's remarkable. It's frustrating. It's exasperating. And I don't want to hear any questions about what am I going to do next. I'm going to keep doing. Hopefully I can pay my volunteers and guys and raise some money to do it. I'm going to keep going. But my message here for you today is please be inspired by this. Please have some courage. Fight for what you believe in. The other day I met a young person who said, well, James, I don't want to fight for what I believe in because I might run for office one day. And I just couldn't believe they don't even understand the irony in their own statement. They don't get it. People just don't get it. And I'm asking you to please get it. I've showed you some tapes today, and that's all I can say.
That's a good bumper sticker. Please get it. Yeah. Thank you.